over at the shop. We're getting 2 of the cars ready for the Hot Rod Power Tour. This is pretty exciting. Motor Trend's Hot Rod Power Tour has been going on for years. So where we're gonna be going is to Irwindale Speedway. From Irwindale Speedway, we'll be staying overnight. Then we're gonna drive from Irwindale Speedway to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, stay overnight. And then on that last day, we're gonna drive all the way back to California to Pomona Drag Strip, and that'll be our ending stop. We have a few different cars coming out with us, but 2 of them are here. That is a 1983 Chevy Scottsdale, and next to it is my dad's 1966 Ford Mustang Fastback. On both of these cars, what's unique is they both have rebuilt motors that are stroked. This Mustang right here had originally a 289 in it, and I took a 302, I stroked it to 347. It's making about 475 horsepower, somewhere in there, with a nice 4-speed transmission hooked up to it, a manual. I mean, this thing rips, but it's only got about 250 miles on the break-in. Now, to its side, I have the 1983 Chevy Scottsdale. That one we pulled the 350 out of, we stroked it to 383, and I'm being told it's somewhere in the range of about 500 horsepower for the Turbo 400 transmission. You know, last time I used this thing, we had it up in the mountains, up in Malibu. We did a whole extraction scene with it. It's literally 0 miles on it. And I was running this thing like a bat out of hell, testing the suspension, the motor, really anything and everything. And we put it through the test. Now, since we last tested this truck, we've done a little bit more to it. Blacked out the windows all the way around. We also redid the interior too, put a brand new dash pad in. We painted the entire interior so there's no more red. We did a brand new seat as well, original seat that we made black with red stitching, so it went in along with a new gauge cluster. So we actually cleaned it up quite a little bit more, and now we're gonna really just test it and put it to its limits. You know, this thing has maybe 30 miles on it, and the first 30 miles are a little bit hard, and now we're gonna take on about a 600-mile journey. So, you know, hey man, that's what we do in America. We run shit hard. So what I'm gonna be bringing to the Hot Rod Power Tour, being that this is gonna be the official breakdown truck of the Power Tour, and that's in my words. You know, maybe other people don't recognize that, but we do. So what I actually have here, for starters, I have a 3-ton Duralast jack. The reason I went with 3 tons is it needs to be able to lift up a truck. You know, we also went with these heavy duty jack stands as well. I didn't want to get something that wasn't strong enough. I needed something that kind of fit all applications all the way across, and this is a 6-ton, pretty awesome. Next thing we did was grab some radiator hoses, GM, Ford. You know, we have a couple other ones too. We went by local AutoZone. We picked up the Shop Pro antifreeze and coolant 50/50. We got some STP transmission fluid, automatic. And then we also have power steering fluid. Once again, Shop Pro, carb cleaner, in case anyone's cars don't want to start. We have 2 cans of that. Brake fluid, 2 different weights, 2 of the more common weights that are going to be on these cars. You know, 10W30, 20W50. And we also have some brake fluid, you know, just a big old one though, where this is .4, this is .3. What we also brought too are some nice long wrench sets. You know, one of the things when you're working on cars, something's way up in there, it's hard to get. Well, we got these long ones. That way we can stick it in there and we can wrench it out if we need to. I'd be pretty silly not to bring some jumper cables. We brought the batteries. We have a gold and we have a standard, and that's in case, you know, someone has battery failure. And that could be very common. It could be the alternator goes out, could be a bad battery, could be there's just too much draw between the alternator and the battery. So we want to eliminate those issues. Now, I know there's more we could bring. We could bring alternators and starters, but I'm not a delivery truck. And this is just meant to get people off the highway or wherever they are into a safe spot so that we can actually help repair the vehicle. And if we can't, at least we got them into a safe spot. So this isn't an end-all fix-all truck yet, but for this, I think it's going to have all the applications that we need. Now, on this truck, what we've done, we completely went through it. What we did do is we went to our friends over at Classic Industries. We got a brand new radiator. Then what we did with our friends from Duralast, I mean, not only do we have Duralast shocks and suspension components all the way around, but we also did Duralast battery. They're gold, so we have more cold cranking amps. We did Duralast alternator, Duralast starter. We got Duralast brakes all the way around. I mean, this thing, if there was a Duralast component that fit on it that needed to be replaced, we did it. I mean, this thing is pretty trick. I have a lot of fun driving it. And as you can see, I went a little crazy with the bed liner. And not only did I bed line the exterior, which no one does, but I did the engine bay, the hood, the frame. I went through everything and bed lined it. And the reason for doing that is this needs to be a recovery vehicle that is tough on and off road. And what happens if mud gets on here? You wipe it off. What happens if branches hit the side? Wipe it off, you know? You don't care. All in all, I would say this truck is ready to roll. But the biggest thing on this that's a little bit crazy is I only have 30 miles on it. And everyone always talks about braking miles. They're the most important miles. But I go back to, what if you're the individual who uses this as their everyday work vehicle? You don't have time to stop every 20 minutes. You don't have time to go look at the thermostat and make sure that you're not making too much heat. You just need to run it. You need a reliable vehicle. Well, we're gonna test and debunk some theories because this is going on about a 600-mile journey, and technically it's really not broken in. If anything, I mean, it could use a little bit more love. But we're gonna run it hard and we're gonna see how she works. You know, one of the things about the Power Tour isn't just the camaraderie amongst, you know, car enthusiasts, but also family. You know, I have two older brothers, I have a younger sister. We all grew up working on cars. We all grew up riding dirt bikes and just having a lot of fun together. And that's kind of why I called Towmaster. I said, hey, I need you to kind of steal my dad's car. So lo and behold, we had the car delivered. It's gonna get a nice little tune-up, but then I'm actually gonna surprise my dad and tell him, hey, check your email. There's an itinerary. You're flying down. You're coming on the Hot Rod Power Tour with me.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, I got a quick question for you. Last time I was up at the house, I left my favorite fully torqued hoodie in your Mustang. Would you mind going out to the garage and seeing if it's still there? I don't want to have to order a new one.
Yeah, hold on. Where is my Mustang?
I stole it.
What?
I stole it.
I drove it 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know I stole it. Well, when you went up to the mountains with Mom, I talked to Peter, aka the box hunter, as Bird refers to him, and I had Towmaster take it and bring it down here. So I'm actually leaning on your car right now. I'm bringing you on the Hot Rod Power Tour with me, and I figured it'd be fun to do with you.
Get the... Are you serious?
All right, I was hoping you weren't going to be mad at me, so...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, let me... let me get off the phone, read my email, and see what else...
Pack your shit. I'll see you tomorrow. I knew my dad would be excited, but I didn't think he'd be this excited. He literally just told me, don't get me anything else for Christmas. This is amazing. This is so cool. And my dad's always been one of my biggest supporters. Honestly, both my parents have. But obviously, my dad really is who got me into cars. And I think for him, this is more than just getting to take two cars on a run. Realistically, it's being able to hang out with his son and see him in a different light with his business growing and working with all these individuals. So I'm excited, and I think he's gonna have a really good time.